What is up, y'all? Welcome back to the Tingz channel. I'm your girl Sha, and you are watching my weekly wrap up, which is a series that I started a couple weeks ago that allows you to get the highlights of my week, in addition to me answering some listener questions. So, I would be remiss if I did not say that the Soca community took a big hit this week with the passing of Ricardo Drue. I mean, big hit. I was just in Antigua for Carnival, just saw the man perform, saw him on the road, and to find out on Tuesday that he passed away, I just was not ready, especially just being so young, not even 40 years old yet. So, sending condolences out to all his loved ones, his children, his family, Patrice. Oh my God, my heart goes out to her. So rest in peace, Drew. You have left your ID, you left your stamp on this world. And it's just great to know that we can go back and watch your videos and follow your music. So really big hit to the Soca community this week. So what happened this week? Honestly, it wasn't that exciting. I told y'all in the last weekly wrap up that my daughter was heading to Turks with my mom. And so we spent Saturday morning at the crack of dawn, hauling it to Boston. This 1.5-year-old decided that she did not want to sit in the stroller and she wanted to roll her little teeny tot carry-on all the way to the plane. Anyway, so I really wanted to find out how things went. So I don't get to have that conversation until they land in Turks. As I am patiently waiting on my mother to respond, some man named Eric decided that he wanted to text me and say, "Hey, I think I have your luggage." Sorry? Proceeds to not pay him any mind. And then Eric sends me a photo of my luggage with my hot pink name tag on it, name and my phone, WT. So now I am trying to reach my mother, who I know is not connected to service. But we do have a friend that was traveling with my mother and my daughter. And thankfully I had put everyone in the same group chat so that I can keep tabs, because why? I know that my mother is not the greatest at documenting and taking photos. So I was like, listen, sis, I need you, just send me some pictures of the little girl so I know how she's doing, just in case my mother doesn't do, her due diligence, which she has been, but it's like, man, I just need you to clean your screen. It's a little foggy. It's a great picture, but it's a little foggy. Okay, I digress. So back to Eric. No one's responding in the group chat. So I'm just like, Eric, bear with me, just bear with me. Funny story is, my mother checked the bags in already to the next flight to Grand Turk, which is the capital of Turks Caicos. When this all went down, I got instantly annoyed because I'm just like, how do we take somebody else's luggage? What happened to travel rule number 1? Always check the tags. So here's what happens, right? Don't know if you've ever been to Turks Caicos, or any small island, but by the time you get off the plane, the luggage is already on the ground, not even on the carousel. You don't have to wait. They've already taken it off and it's just sitting there waiting for you. So what happened was, Eric got off the plane, saw the bags that looked identical, that I found out later, to my bags. Now, mind you, these are not your average black or navy blue soft bags. It's a cream luggage set with dark brown trim, okay? And then it has the little TSA locking devices on the side. The fact that 2 sets of that were going to the same place, yes, it is a popular place, but still. Anyway, we are going to talk about tips in just a little bit. basic travel tips in like 5 seconds. So they finally connected, swapped out the bags. My mother goes back to check the bags into its proper destination. And Eric and them had a little chuckle when his wife was like, oh, Amazon must have had a sale. Yeah, but you should have just checked the tags. Anyway, so let's talk about these tips. Number one, okay, make sure that you have your documents. You need your passport. It's always good to have your driver's license or whatever. You don't have to travel with your global entry card if you have it, but if you want to, you can. If you are traveling with someone else's child, have a letter. One thing that I definitely do is I tag my bags with my information. It doesn't have to have everything on it. Like, I just put my name and my cell phone number. And funny enough, not funny enough, I had a friend who had her information on the luggage tag, and a worker, I believe, for the airline actually was on his creep mode stuff and contacted her to be like, hey, I saw you, just wanted to know if you'd be interested. Like, you really trying to get a date with me right now after you done high-key stalked me? No, sir. No, sir. It sucks when that happens, but in the instance of Eric having my luggage, it definitely came in handy. So if you don't have your own luggage tags, when you get to the airport, make sure you go to the counter, get the little paper ones, fill out the basic information, and tag it on your luggage. Another thing that I do is I usually put some type of unique identifier on my luggage. So for example, when I was coming from Trinidad for a carnival, I had a lot, like my carnival was very like extravagant with rope, and I took a piece of that rope and I put it on each piece of luggage that I had, just so that I would know, like, okay, when this comes around on the carousel, I know that it's mine. So when you pick up the bags, always check. Just check to make sure that it is actually your luggage. It doesn't hurt. Yes, this looks hot pink. I know it's mine. Let me check anyway. Boom, it's yours. Takes a couple of seconds. It's really not that serious, right? It's okay. And then the last thing I think is, don't be ashamed. Don't be afraid to ask for help, right? The attendants are there for a reason. If you are having trouble at the kiosk, ask for help. If you're not comfortable with the kiosk, go straight to the desk, which is why, and I know a lot of people are not this way, but I am an on-time person. I like to be the places on time. I refuse, and I do not like to rush, especially for flights. So if they say arrive 2 hours before or 3 hours before, that is what I'm going to do so that I can have my peace of mind. When I rush, I forget things. I don't like the feeling. I want to be able to take my time gliding through the airport. I don't care if I have TSA pre-check, I'm still arriving. I'm still arriving early. Maybe not so much for domestic flights, but absolutely for international flights. Like, you're not going to check me running unless like something has actually happened, And then moving on to our listener question. So someone asked me, how do you know when to attend events in the right year? So context, right? Let me add some layers here. So somehow I have successfully, I think, right? Like, I've gone to things in the right year. The only regret that I have is not going to Jamaica Carnival 2015. But to be honest with you, I didn't really know that it was a thing. So anyway, I feel like, for example, Jamaica Carnival 2016 was like the last great authentic JA Carnival. Then I feel like Uber Soca Cruise 2016 was the best one, which was the first one. 2017 was cool. I didn't go 2018, and 2019 I only went to St. Lucia. 2019 was amazing. But then after that, like, there started to be these complaints. So it's just like, I think that's where they were getting it from. Ignore the water that's happening in the background. We're just going to keep rolling and hoping that my voice is louder than this situation. I'm in the basement. The pump is over there. We're okay. So my answer to that is, it goes with my personality. My personality is to go in the opposite direction of the crowd. I don't like to follow fashion in that way. The minute, for example, that Uber Soca cruise went to 2 boats and it was so in demand, I was just like, I think I'm all set. I don't think I'll be going back on that anytime soon because it is too popular. Even band, like, oh, that band, everybody's going over there to Jamaica. I'm just not gonna play Mass this year, okay? Like, Peony Wally's out of production. I'm not pressed to play Mass. I'm good. Everybody wants to go be, I'm good. So I try to get to things before they become overpopulated. And the way that you can gauge that is just by following social media. So like after 2019 St. Lucia Carnival, because it had exploded so much on social media, everybody was like, I have to be there next year in 2020. When I sat back, crossed my legs and watched 2020 footage, I was like, I would not have enjoyed myself. Too many people. So again, I try to get there before the masses. But if I'm going to, let's just throw it out there, St. Thomas Carnival, and I see that the lineup is heavy with promoters and DJs and artists, whatever, from other countries, and not heavy on the St. Thomas experience, that's a red flag for me. I want to see authentic stuff. Like, oh, I see such and such reach in Barbados. Boy, they reach. No, like, I don't want to go. So that I just gauge based off of I look at trends. I look to see what people are talking about it. I look to see who says that they don't want to go. So like, and I learned during the first season that some people actually like when things are like saturated like that. People actually like having so many people, which is why, you know, there are a lot of people that love to go to Trinidad, play in Tribe, love to play in like Human and those big bands. I'm just like, I do not want to be there. So when they get there, I throw those juices up. And a lot of people they're just catching on to what they like to call small island stuff. And you have some people who kind of, for example, like when the Uber Soca cruise started, there were a lot of people that were like, I am not signing up for that. Whereas whenever there was something inaugural, like Uber Soca cruise or Melee or whatever, I am usually like, yes, sign me up. I look at trends. I keep my ear to the ground to see what people are saying. I look at cost for sure, and kind of just go that way. It's just happenstance that I've attended those things at that time, right? Like I haven't felt like, oh, I missed anything. So I'm still trying to wrap up a couple carnivals that I haven't been to, and then I think I'll be okay. And I'm not even gonna name what those are right now because I don't want y'all to then go, because then, you know. But anyway, thank you for listening to my rants. If you have questions that you want me to answer in the next weekly wrap up, let me know. And have a great weekend. Have a great week, and I will holler at you next Friday if there's not another vlog in here before then. And again, rest in peace.